Jesus.
To make me bring out my island side, man. Speaking of the islands, man,
All
Jesus, man,
right,
those,
all
those
right.
screenshots of the Bahamas.
Yeah, we are live. Hey, yeah, big shout out to the people of the Bahamas. That was terrible, huh?
185 gust and sustained winds, like biggest storm in like history. Like,
Dude,
Jesus, man.
I've
Yeah,
never heard in my life of a hurricane creeping down to 1 mile per hour and then just sitting.
And sitting over the top of something. Like, what?
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
It's like, yeah, we're just gonna park right here and turn our music all the way up.
Right.
That's
That's what
basically
said. There's nothing that can that would survive that, because they said houses that are built to a certain code, they can hold together for about an hour or two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Under like highly sustained winds.
And
for 40 hours.
Yeah, a whole 2 days sitting on the island.
Yeah.
That's only 30 feet above sea level.
Right.
At the highest point.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I just feel bad for them people. I don't know why my mom still lives in the Virgin Islands. I keep asking her. It's like, Mom, you've been flirting with disaster for like the last 3 years. I need you to come back home. But she ain't gonna do it, man. She like that island life now.
Hey, I'm not mad at her, man. That's a nice life, you know.
It's a nice place to live. You're right about. I mean, it's a nice place to visit. But
I tell you, I'd be out.
Oh, but you know, I asked a couple people about this. I was like, what about all those cruise ships that were out there? And people keep saying that they say the safest place to be is on a cruise ship during a hurricane. They say you shouldn't. They say islands are not the safest place to be. You should be on a cruise ship.
On a cruise ship,
like, huh?
In the middle of the ocean.
Huh?
They've never seen.
What I said.
What's that movie? Hey, what's that movie?
Talking...
What's that movie? The cruise ship that like flips over from the tidal wave.
Oh Jesus! That wasn't no tidal wave, man. That was a freaking tsunami that flipped that thing
Jesus,
over.
Man.
What the name of that movie?
I don't know. They like redid it. It was like a famous movie in the 70s, and they redid it again.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of the name of it, man. Yeah, it got flipped. Old man's dad was on the ship when they got flipped over.
Yeah. Wow. All right, guys. Well, we are live. Welcome to another BRAP. Got a lot to talk about, guys. A lot to talk about. First and foremost, though, I do want to mention something. We have an exciting giveaway. Now, Eric Jackson Forte didn't want me to give this away. Eric wanted me to mail this to him. I'm just kidding now.
I already got one.
Yeah, Eric, actually, you already have one. We are actually...
I don't have one.
No, you should have one. I'm surprised you don't have one, Forte.
No, that doesn't
mean that beautiful hard drive, man.
Beautiful.
I do have the hard drive. I'm looking at it right now.
You have a Gears of War hard drive?
That hard drive was fire, man. I want that hard drive.
Yes. I have a hard drive, sir.
It's Gears of War?
I'll trade you the hard drive for the... Yes.
What is it? I've never seen it.
Ricky, where you been?
Well, have you looked at Twitter?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Apparently not.
Oh man, wait, here you go, right
here. Yeah, they did a 2 terabyte and a 5 terabyte Gears.
Oh yeah. I've seen it. Yeah, the Seagate joint.
There it is, right there.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's to match the console, right?
It fulfills the console that I'm not gonna buy. Because I'm not stupid.
Forte's like, I'm not done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, like wifey gave me the green light. She said, "Yeah, you really want
it." Not saying if you did buy it, you're stupid. I'm not
saying no, not at all.
I'm just saying if you bought it, hopefully you didn't pay but $100 for it or something out of your own money. If your wife paid for it, that's a completely different thing.
No, I'm saying wifey. She said, yeah. She said, I know you're a Gears fan. Like, go ahead and cop it. And I was like, yeah, all right. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, right? And I was like, that's when I hit the DM. And I was like, God, I'm having a hard time getting off this $500. This $500 bills, man.
$500 is rough. Especially when you talk about another 5 next year, probably.
That's exactly it, man. This might have been like 2 years ago, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'd do that.
Yeah, but now it's sort of like, all right. So what I did, my consolation, I said, all right, this is what I'll do. I got the controller, and I ordered the what else did I order? I got the
Did you buy the turret, the mouse and keyboard? You bought that, didn't you?
No. I didn't do that.
It looks fire though.
I did the Lancer.
Yeah.
The replica Lancer.
Ooh, yeah, that's $100 well spent.
Yeah. I missed it like in Gears 3. I know like almost every Gears release they bring it out, right? So this is the MK3 version, the red and black. I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna cop one of those. That'll look nice.
Yeah, they had the taxi cab one for Judgment, and then they had the gold one was for 4, and then this is the black and red one for this year.
Yeah. So I went ahead and did that. So you know what? That's some nice gear celebration right there.
It's a celebration.
You know. And then I might return to the console thing, depending on, I know like during Black Friday, they do like some pretty big drops on the console prices. So I might revisit it. We'll see. Because that console is fire, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's get into actually. So let me finish with the giveaway. So we're giving away a Gears of War 5, Gears 5, Xbox One controller to a lucky listener in the live chat. You have to be U.S. resident, U.S. residents only, because I'm mailing this out to the lucky winner. And I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should we do like a trivia, like a BRAP trivia or something, to do a giveaway? What do you guys think?
What if we do it like this, man? You trying to do this tonight? Like, what you in such a rush for?
Because I want to celebrate. It's a celebration.
Hey, man, gamers will celebrate next week too. You giving away a controller, my dude.
Come out till tomorrow.
Yeah,
I know, but
like if you want to do trivia, if you want to.
I know,
so if you don't want to do a Gleam, man.
No, I don't want to do a Gleam because I actually have another idea for a Gleam, big Gleam for the holidays.
Okay, then do some form of trivia, because you didn't even give us time to prepare, come up with the trivia. But
I mean, and then
give it away next week.
I got trivia. I got an idea for trivia.
Do a cliffhanger. You got to be here next week to see who wins.
Yeah, right. No, I have an idea for trivia. See, like who's really listened to our podcast. Take it back. Take it way back.
Oh Lord!
Oh man, I might not even get this.
Yeah,
he's trying to find. He just want to get this controller away. Really,
I know, right? He's itching, man.
Oh yeah, I'm itching, man. I'm itching. Well, I advertised. I went out there and said to the public,
"Take a bath, man."
And I said, "Hey, public, I'm going to be take a bath. I'm going to be giving away an Xbox controller because it's a celebration, bitches. I'm Charlie Murphy. No, I'm Rick James.
Enrique about that clout forte.
Yes,
I see.
Because I'm Rick James, bitch.
I see. I'll one up your controller with a hard drive.
You're gonna give away a hard drive?
No, I'm not giving away my hard
drive. How about that? I would say, Forte, just
it's my only connection to the system.
Now that,
not my own.
I was gonna say, now that, just go ahead and let's do the nepotism and send it on this way.
I know, right?
Oh, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm with you 100% on that one.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna give away a controller, and there's gonna be a trivia towards the latter part of the podcast that you must get right in order to win this controller. So
are we giving away a controller, or are we giving away the game control?
The game controller. The Gears 5 game controller.
No, you said no. We're giving away the game called Control, right? Not a control.
Not the game control.
We're giving the control away. We're giving control away.
We're giving the Xbox Gears 5 controller. Not control.
You're both wrong. We're giving away a cassette single of Janet Jackson's Control.
Yeah, right.
Control, baby.
Yeah. Without the wrap. It doesn't have the cover on it anymore.
It's just the cover, yeah.
And the words are a little scratched off, but
yeah.
Star-Lord listened to this a lot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we have a lot of news to talk about. Well, I'm particularly more Gears related. The review embargoes were lifted this morning. Exactly at 9:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the reviews started pouring out. And look, if you read the reviews, and I haven't checked Metacritic since this afternoon. I think last time I checked, it was about an 86 Metacritic, which is not bad for a game. But, of course, as we all know, as we all saw on Twitter, things went awry. People were upset that it wasn't an 80. People were calling the media bias. But anyhow, I'll get to that in a little bit. But for the most part, the reviews were good. Yeah, IGN gave the game an 88. There was a couple hundreds in there from some more fan-related sites. But for the most part, I think it's everyone's saying it's a Gears game. It's more Gears, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But I do think that there's some. And by the way, big shout out to Aaron Greenberg and company for giving me a review code for this game. I just started playing it today. Hope to get a review up hopefully by the end of the week.
That's why you're giving away a copy of a controller, because they gave you a review code. Man, you biased.
Mm-hmm. You know what, Fortune? I like to use the word appreciative. But Don't Call Me Dan's live chat says Game Informer said the game feels underdeveloped. So I mean, there is that narrative out there where it feels more Gears, and that maybe perhaps there's some fatigue with the franchise. And I'm not feeling that. I'm only an hour into the game. But I can see that perspective, even an hour into the game, how someone might feel that.
What could they actually do at this point? I mean, Gears has like a certain DNA, right?
Well, yeah.
Without changing it too much, because I mean,
yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, God of War had a certain DNA, right?
Right. Well, that's gonna be my follow-up question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think with God of War, the DNA. I think the big thing with God of War is that they didn't shy away from the brutality of the game, right? But they almost brought the brutality and the mechanics, and they kind of to me they took it like next gen, right? And I'm not saying that Gears 5 is not a next gen game. It very much looks like a current generation game, but I think the gameplay mechanics, and I can see where some people might feel this way, could potentially fatigue some people. It is very much cover base, where you're running and then you're sliding into cover. You hit those shooting galleries. It still has that locked on, that kind of where the camera is kind of off to the what is it, pan to the left or right or whatever. So you're not really, your character isn't really the center of the camera all the time. And then when you aim into your sights, you're kind of that over the shoulder camera. And I don't know. And I was wondering, like, if that works now today. I mean, that might be a big deal for some people. But I think what happens is when we get to a certain point in a console generation, and we've had so many games that have come out now that are third-person shooters, cover-based shooters. Even Uncharted borrows, some, has certain elements of that cover-based shooting and running, and I think that maybe that when Gears came out, it was, and on the 360, it was very, maybe you guys might agree or disagree, but at least for me, it was a genre defining title because there really hadn't been anything else like that. And typically what happened?
No, we're not. We're on record many times on Brap saying it was one of those games, and we've had these games off and on throughout the generations that you look at it and you go, I don't care what I have to do, I'm going to get a 360 to play that game. If you didn't already have one.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It's like like Halo on OG Xbox. It's like I don't care what I got to do.
But let me ask you something though. Do you feel like, do you see what I'm saying? When I'm talking about gameplay mechanics, when there's certain aspects of a gameplay mechanically that maybe worked last gen, but because there have been other games that have either perfected it or have taken it and maybe expanded upon it. Do you think that maybe that's kind of where this is coming from with some of the reviews, where people feel like, hey, and maybe this is why this game didn't get like a 90, 93. I know a lot of us, and I was on Brap. I said Metacritic 93, and again, I'm not trying to poo-poo the reviews here. I think the reviews have been very good, and 86 is nothing to complain about. It's still a very good game, but I can certainly see why it didn't hit that 90 threshold, and I can certainly see some of those complaints that people had about maybe potential fatigue with the franchise because it's not necessarily evolving the way that maybe people thought it was going to evolve. There is some evolution of the franchise, and that's acknowledged in some of the reviews with some of the bigger set pieces, and some of those light RPG elements, the option to explore maps outside of the main quest or campaign. But I guess the question is that enough now? And then maybe is Gears 5, because a lot of the hype that it got, is it maybe unfairly being criticized or under the microscope? These are some of the questions, guys, that I've kind of had during the days I've been watching Twitter. I will say this though: stop with the biased media stuff. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's funny, like not OpenCritic, but US Gamer's the one that gave Gears 5 a 60, right? And everybody was like, "Oh, they're unprofessional. They're liars." But they're also the same website that gave Horizon Zero Dawn a 50. So at least they're consistent with rating games that have otherwise been reviewed highly by other sites. At least they're consistent with doing the opposite. So, but yeah, the whole media bias thing, it's got to stop, though. I mean, I think there's enough evidence out there. to suggest otherwise. And I know I've been on my soapbox about this, a very long time. But like I've said in the past, reviews are one part opinion and one part facts. They combine those two elements together, and you can't sit there and say someone's biased because their opinion doesn't verify or complement or agree with your own personal bias, and then turn around and say you should only trust people that have reviewed games, and their biases are the same as mine, and therefore you should only listen to them because they're only honest. You can't do that. Like I always tell people, go to different websites, see what everyone else is saying about it, and then formulate your own opinion based on a variety of different reviews. Whether or not you agree with those reviews, at least get a different perspective. But don't sit there and tell people that they're unprofessional or they're lying or they're not truthful or they're not real gamers because their opinions don't align with your own personal opinions. And therefore, don't also go out and sit there and say you should go see so and so. And actually, Warrior War put out a great video. He said you probably don't want to go to the Ford dealership to get an honest opinion about a Ford product or Ford vehicle from the Ford salesman. So, food for thought. Anyhow, guys, I've been ranting along here. Forte and E, I want to get your thoughts. Mr. Forte, let's go with you, sir.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about the reviews, media bias, Gears, etc., etc.?
Well, I said that this game was going to get a 9.1, and it's at an 8.86 right now. So not everybody's checked in, so it's probably going to be hard to hit the 9. So I can still see it probably getting up to like 8.8 or 8.9, or it could go to 8.5 or 8.4. But ultimately, in my mind, do I really care that Gears of War isn't getting like high 9s? I mean, it is the 5th game in the franchise, so it's a lot of fatigue out there in the world, and people genuinely just want Microsoft to make something new. So that's kind of being held against the game a little bit, I think, in some general circles. But
Forte, and I'm going to speak in my heroin voice.
Well, okay. Go ahead, speak.
But dude, what about Mario and Zelda?
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you.
For those who don't understand the reference, that's a reference from the new Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones.
Yeah,
special.
It is.
Some people are like, "What the hell's Enrique talking about? The heroin?" What?
Okay, so there is one constant that will always be in gaming. Nintendo will always have great first parties, no matter what, even if their games are fatiguing to most people, because the reason Mario games still get really good review scores is because when reviewers look at that game, they look at it from the scope of who the game is for. Most of the people that review these games don't look at the game from that lens. They look at it from the lens of, okay, how did I enjoy this game? Most people kind of graduated from playing like Mario and games like that, or Mario Kart, but they kind of got to suspend how they feel. They want to put themselves in the mind of a person that's going to really enjoy that game, which you should do for all games, honestly. But most people project themselves into their games with their reviews, and that's why I honestly just don't really trust the review. Now, when it comes to reviews, do I listen to them? Do I watch them? Yes, I watch them. I listen to them. But if it's a game that I'm already committed to playing, like Gears 5, I'll look at some reviews and I'll be like, okay, this is what people are saying. There's some pitfalls here, some pitfalls there. But ultimately, I'm going to play this game for myself. It's not going to stop me from playing the game. It's not going to make me go to Twitter and feel like I got to, throw every developer that set Gear anything under a 7 or an 8 under the bus. It's like, look, the game, like, and that's another thing. Like, just because a developer, or not a developer, but a platform or a news outlet doesn't agree with how you agree with a game score, doesn't mean they're wrong. You got to think everybody has a different taste for the game they're playing. Everybody doesn't have a person that loves Gears of War that works in their building. So this person might just love third-person cover shooters. He might love Uncharted. He might love Last of Us 2. Gears of War might not be the type of game that jives with him. He might not be really into the sci-fi aspect of it. So that kind of just changes his thought process on the third person game. So you never know what really drives the reason a person doesn't jive with a certain game. He probably just didn't like the controls or something like that, blah, blah, blah. But ultimately, who cares? Are you going to play the game? And if you are, formulate your own opinion, and then once you get your opinion, see if your opinion matches up with other people's opinions. That's the easiest way to do it. Then you can have a conversation about what you experience, not what someone else experienced for you. Because half of these people, I swear to God, are you really going to play this game, or are you just out here complaining just for complaint's sake?
Yeah,
you know, that's what I'm getting most of the time out of like over the last 8 hours from this.
Yeah, it's like, I think people, if you're bummed out by an 86, that's an issue. Like you said, first and foremost, me personally, I don't qualify whatever it is. It's interesting talk to go back and forth or whatever,
right?
To play the guessing game, because it's a part of the culture that we have right now. You know what? It's there, but is it important? Absolutely not. Should it sway you wanting to play something? Absolutely not. The only time that I would be swayed is if all of a sudden across the board the reviews were coming in at 1.5 and 2. I'd be like, what? And they're like, this is a completely broken piece of garbage. Do not waste your time. Then I might be like, okay, I might pull back on that, right? But if it's falling somewhere in between, like a review score of 9.5, 8, or somewhere between 7.5, 8, that's fine. That's right in the middle of the meat. The meaty part of the thigh, whatever you want to call it, whatever you like to play with. It's like, but if it's something that you were hyped over, you should not be letting anybody sway you from wanting to go and play it.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be going on. I'm not trying to bring any names out or call anyone out, but you shouldn't be going on and making videos about it and going after media sites.
And like, because what is that? Is that what you're saying, that okay, because this didn't get a 9, this was supposed to be the big gun and it didn't get a 90 like the other guys do, like there's something wrong with that? Not necessarily. I can't say why. I'm not saying that there's a slant or whatever the case may be. But again,
Eric, 86 is not a bad score. I mean, so if it doesn't get
not at all,
if it's not up there with God of War, who cares? I mean, it's like look, it just is what it is. It's not up there with God of War, but it's still a good game.
People always want to compete, man. That's what it's really about.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what it really boils down to, is because the narrative has been that Microsoft hasn't put any highly rated games out. And everybody was like, oh, all we got is Forza. That's the only game that's going to hit over 90. And, we got Gears, and there's been so much suspense behind the game, and, them not showing the game, and campaign was supposed to be like this amazing campaign. It's supposed to set itself apart from all the other games in the franchise. And we get to this point, and,
Yeah.
86 is a great score, like you said, but a lot of people's expectation was, 90 or bust. It's got to be 90 plus or bust. You know what I mean? Because they felt like, the only thing that they've really been able to hold their hat on was Forza. So once one of the key, the marquee franchises of Microsoft, being Halo, Gears, and Forza, once that next go round came up, and the coalition was, it's their second at bat, they feel like they, were free of, what Unreal had done, Epic had done with the franchise, and now is their chance to really show what they could do with it. People thought it should have been 90 or above, and because it fell short of that, people are disappointed for whatever reason. But I think that's what it really boils down to, is because when you look at, if you look across the street, and like you guys said with God of War, in God of War, if you look at the one previous to the one that came out before this, Ascension, what was that game rated at? That wasn't like a 90 plus rated game.
Nobody, not at all.
Nobody was bumping their chest about that.
No, fatigue is setting on that franchise, B.
Exactly.
Because I know I'm a huge fan of God of War, and I was like, yo, if the next game is this, I'm done. I ain't picking that up. I'm done.
Right. So and it just based on some of the stuff that we heard prior to the latest God of War coming out, it's almost like they were going back to that same formula.
Yeah.
And Sony was like, no, y'all got to do something else, or you're wasting your time. So, they had to go back to the drawing board, and they came out and they had a great game that rated over 90. I mean, it's nothing.
Hey, yeah,
that you could really say about that.
B, let me ask,
they went back and put some work in. That's all.
hey, B, let me ask you something. I was trying to. I don't know if I was making sense. I was trying to make sense here. Hopefully, I was. I was saying this to Eric. Like, and let me ask you something. B, do you think that like there is some level of fatigue with that gameplay mechanic of that locked over the shoulder camera angle view, whatever you want to call it? That third person view where your character isn't necessarily in the center of the field of view. It has like that Gears look where you're kind of like off to the left. You know what I'm talking about, like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, do you think that maybe that doesn't work today because, especially when you start maybe introducing semi-open world like set pieces, where Gears historically was a corridor-based shooter. I think when you're in a confined space like that, in a straight space where you're going up and down or whatever, right and left, maybe that works better. But when you start introducing maybe an open world, that maybe it just doesn't feel as natural. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm explaining it.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying because I think I was watching the average ACG. Yeah, so I watched his review earlier today before I left out of the house, and I mean, he was saying, that the game still had some of the old, things that kind of plagued it as far as like the movement is concerned. Where like, you might run over, like a little pebble, and you kind of get stuck just because of the way that the game is kind of designed, based on the character movement and stuff. And like when you try to back up, like the character doesn't really turn around; he just kind of like walks backwards.
Yeah, he walks backwards. It feels cumbersome.
Yeah. Right. So it's not like freedom of motion. So I mean that could be something, but I think they, at least from some of the reviews I looked at, I think they tried to do a lot of innovative stuff with their franchise. I think it just didn't hit like people thought it would, and maybe some of the open spaces weren't as fulfilled as they could have been, and people kind of knocked it for that. But I mean, it could have something to do with the movement, and maybe that just has to do with the engine that they used. I mean, I believe they're still using Unreal, so
yeah.
I mean, that may have something to do with it. But I mean, where else do you go? I mean, it's not like any other game where could you revamp it and have it be like this total remake similar to how God of War was, where I mean the motion is different. I mean, because it's a co-op game, so it's a little different. I think the reason why the movement is kind of like that is because it is like a game that you can play with multiple people.
Yeah, that's a great point, man. I didn't even think about that. That it is a co-op game, and so there's that to account for. But it's interesting. I mean, again, I'll say this again. We've said this. An 86 is not a bad score. But I think a lot of people had a lot of high hope coming into this game.
But why?
I think because people wanted this banger. I think like what B said, it's like that level of competitiveness. You want to be able to kind of puff your chest on and be like, yeah, look what my console has. I think that's kind of what you were alluding to, B.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that I think the promises of a bigger Gears. There's a map that's like I don't know where I heard this from. Somebody put this on Twitter where maybe Rod Ferguson has said that this is
the biggest map is 50% bigger than anything in Gears of War.
Yeah, and so I think when people hear that, they're like, "Oh my god!" Like they automatically think, and unfairly, I think, draw that parallel. Oh my god! Well, look what they did with God of War. Maybe this is going to happen with Gears. And I think that's probably an unrealistic expectation because nothing to take away from the Coalition. I think the Coalition, in my opinion, guys, has done a better job with the Gears franchise than 343 has done with Halo. And I know that might be controversial. Go ahead, Forte.
Well, no, there's been 2 Gears games this generation. There's been 1 Halo.
Yeah, but even Halo 4, Halo 4's campaign wasn't bad.
No, Halo 4 campaign was fire.
Yeah, it was good. But the multiplayer was lacking. But
that was the point. That's all 343's problem. They can't put 2 things together.
Yes, they can't rub their head and belly at the same time.
Abacab72 asked. He said, "Do you think an 86 qualifies as a banger?"
Yeah, I think anything above 85, you could classify as a banger. Anything 85 and above is I would consider it, a must-own game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. What I guess I'll put it like this: I consider something 85 or higher to be a banger, but this community considers it being trash.
And I can't figure that out. That's what HTK is saying. Like, how does it?
You know what?
That's what HTK is saying. Like, how does that affect somebody's individual enjoyment of a game?
It doesn't. Eric, you got to blame Nintendo, man. It's Nintendo's fault. They're dropping all these damn bangers. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, true, but even they bangers, like even their bangers, don't have issues and stuff. Still, it's just the simple fact that, look, man, this has been a situation that's been going on for quite some time when it comes to gaming. Ever since we started getting games that have been consistently scoring in the 9s, everybody just forgets that there is a such thing as a 7.5 to 8.5.
Yeah.
People just forget about that. It's like if your game, it's like, and then when people started seeing that, when they started talking about people getting bonuses based off of their Metacritic scores and stuff, and they say, well, if your game scores this high, you get this much money. They started equating that to success. It's like when you start seeing a developer come out and say, or a publisher say, hey, if this game averages a 8.7 on Metacritic, we're giving bonuses to everybody on the team, and that gets out into the community, people start confusing that with a success. And that's the problem. So now we got this idea that an 8.7 or an 8.6 is not up to snuff compared to something that's 3 or 4 points higher. Literally, God of War is 4 points higher, 3 or 4 points higher, I think. That's it. 4 basis points. It's not a whole point. It's half a point.
And think about this, like, okay, they equate it to success, right? I'm gonna ask you this. So Fortnite is arguably the most successful game, could you say, ever?
I mean, when it comes to dollars,
outside of Minecraft,
outside of like Tetris and stuff like that.
When it comes to dollars and cents, it sure is.
Right. I mean, but as a game, is it a banger?
It wasn't a banger when it first released. It didn't become a banger until they changed it.
It's just
that game is trash.
Bangers in the eye of the beholder. Because there's people out there who absolutely believe Fortnite is a banger.
Look at Destiny. I mean, look at the review scores for Destiny, right? Not a by all stretch of the imagination, Destiny. I think that Destiny 2 was like Metacritic probably low 80s.
Right, right now,
82.
Cognito would say if Cognito was here right now, he would tell you absolutely Destiny 2 is a banger for him.
Yeah, but
it's a banger for me. It's a banger for me.
But here's the thing, guys, real quick, and this goes back to the banger conversation. I don't think a lot of people realize or understand what like an 8.5 really means. Like, and I would say go back to Game Informer. Game Informer they break down their scoring system, and basically what they say, like an 8 is very good, innovative, but perhaps not the right choice for everyone. Score indicates that there are many good things to be had, but arguably so, right? So again, they're saying very good. It's not a game that's going to appeal to everyone. It's going to appeal to the majority of people, but not everyone. The 9s and the 10s are the games that, and rarely 10s. I don't think any game's really perfect. But the 9s and the 10s are the games that what I say transcend. They transcend. They basically go above and beyond the taste of certain games. They have mass appeal. They appeal to different tastes, right? And those games are far few in between, right? Not many games appeal to everyone, but this game is a very good game, and it's going to appeal to a lot of people. So I don't see the issue, and I think that's a great question. What constitutes a banger? I would say Gears 5 is a banger. I would say that for what I played so far, guys, I got to say, I've seen better production values. This game seems I've only played an hour into it. But just for the hour that I played into, that I put into the game so far, it definitely seems bigger than Gears 5. The production values to me seem better. It seems like a big AAA game, and I think that's a good thing. It is a great thing, and like I said, I know Forte, you probably disagree with me, but I think the Coalition's done a better job with this franchise than 343 has with Halo. So.
343 hasn't done nothing with Halo ever since Bungie left. So that's why I still play Bungie games and not 343.
Yeah, and Rod's a passionate dude. I mean, he is putting work into this game. So I don't think
I hate to say it, but I will give someone credit because they did a live stream today, and the first man, I hate to say it. Crap made a good point today in a video that he was doing when he was talking about Gears of War reviews and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first time I kind of really agree with what he had to say on it. He talked about the biggest difference between Halo and Gears. Rob Ferguson bleeds Gears of War.
Yes, he really does.
Like, when it comes to Gears of War, you have the man at the top that will do anything to make sure this franchise is where it's at. When it comes to Halo, you have Frank O'Connor, not the top.
Bonnie Ross.
You have Bonnie Ross, but in an interview, do Bonnie Ross really come off as a person that just lives and eats and breathes Halo? Nah. Do you get that from her?
I get her.
I think they give Bonnie a script before she come on stage and she talks about Halo.
And that's the problem. I think is like part of the problem with something like Halo, because the person leading the charge on that isn't the person that is living and breathing that game. The reason Gears of War was really good in the beginning, like really good, is because the two people at the top, Cliff and freaking Rob Ferguson, lived and breathed the game completely. And that's why that game was, those first 2 or 3 games were amazing. And then they kind of went downhill a little bit after the little fracture between the two of them happened and they broke off. And that's how we got Judgment. And then Rob wanted to play it safe with Gears 4 just to prove that they can make a Gears game. And now you see him coming out and pumping his chest and saying, this is the game that we're going to make, and you get a better version of Gears. So, man, that's the one thing that people don't know this backstory to all this. It's like, this game is not just a game for, it's like they're literally carrying Xbox right now. This game is, and that's the problem. People are looking at this game like it's supposed to save the Xbox brand. No, it's supposed to just be a game that you should just enjoy if you enjoy it, instead of interacting back and forth with people on Twitter about them saying, oh God, see, Gears of War ain't nowhere near God of War's review scores. Okay, who cares? I didn't comment on anybody's trend that said anything about God of War versus Gears of War. You know why? Because I don't care. I'm going to play the game. And guess what? If I don't say nothing to you, you're going to be quiet. It is nothing going to be, it's nobody for you to talk to. You go talk to yourself.
I'll tell you what.
People just don't realize that.
Yeah. I'll say this much.
Yeah, but people, I was
just gonna say this much real quick. This game is, if you're complaining about this game, go play Crackdown 3 and State of K2.
Please, yes.
Nobody's playing that hot garbage.
Not anymore, at least.
You know, like Crackdown 3 is trash, as OBJ the Don would say. I mean, it's not. Look, if you like Crackdown 3, I'm not saying that you shouldn't. For me, it's not a very good game. It's just not. But Gears, from what I played, is a good game. A good game. Go ahead, B. Or E. Eric, you were going to say something.
No, I was just going to say, ultimately, and this is like beating the dead horse, but ultimately, we know what this is about. This is just about this little echo chamber in Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like B said, competition or whatever it may be, it's still competition. And people, it's like they had this in their head that it needed to be this, so they that way they can have ammunition to go back at the people who they beef with all day long, and they need to get they need the clap back, you know, and this and that. And then it's also kind of tied into this whole thing, like it equates, you know, I'm a fan of this platform, and the success around this equates to my attachment to that. And I really need everybody to co-sign and sign on, and this needs to reach as many people as possible, because that's going to make me feel better about what I'm connected to.
I think that's... as opposed to
just saying, I don't really give a damn, because if you just tap into the fact that as gamers, yeah, we're connected, we have a community, the whole nine, but at the end of the day, gaming can be a selfish thing too, as a consumer, and be like, look, I don't really care how you feel about it. This is making me feel good where I put my money and what I put my money down on. This is making me feel awesome because I love this game.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's personal anyway. It's your time, your money. You know what I mean? That's how you choose to spend your time and your money.
You don't like it? I don't give a damn.
Right.
You know? And at the end of the day, too, stop acting like there's like this family connection where it's like I got to represent and rock out and protect, you know, Phil, and I got to protect Aaron, and I got to protect all. No. These people get paid to put these things out. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be on them. If you digging it, let them know you dig it. If you don't like it, let them know. For all this, you can't be saying these negative things, man, because that's the fam. No.
That's the fam, Jesus.
B, you know what I'm talking about, man. It's like people getting their feelings because they feel like, oh, I'm trying my best to get followed by Aaron. So if I say anything negative, I can't be true to how I feel.
They probably, I would imagine, as long as you're being constructive about it, probably appreciate honest feedback as opposed to constantly riding the coattails. They know when they put out a bad game. I'm sure no one at Microsoft saying Crackdown 3 is a great game. We can't believe the media gave us bad reviews. I'm sure no one is saying that at Microsoft.
Dude, you could tell there's a different feeling around Gears 5.
Absolutely.
Whatever people are feeling about it, and ultimately that's the thing. That's the funny thing. We're talking about it like this is a post-mortem, like the game is dead.
People
ain't even out yet.
The game ain't even. First of all, the game ain't even out yet. But from what I've seen, the game looks good.
Yeah.
I tell you what, guys, this game visually, woo! I'm telling you, look, this shit looks good.
But we're talking like it's a wrap because it didn't get a 90. So, dog, like, what are we doing here? Like, look, like I said, I haven't played it. I know a few people who have. There's certain things that Rod stepped forward and said about it. Like, look, I heard you guys. You did not like the horror mode stuff that we put in the last game. That was on us. We took it out. It seems to me like they're trying to feel their way around what the evolutions of this franchise should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said they played it safe with 4. There were things that people didn't like. They said they removed it. But it looks like to me, they're trying to elevate Horde, which people spend a lot of time in.
Boom.
Right? They're trying to do things with multiplayer, which people spend a lot of time in. But ultimately, I thought it was funny as hell when Rob put that poll out about what you're looking to get into first, which everybody kept dogging the campaign. I'm just going to play the multiplayer. That's what I rock with. Majority of that poll said campaign.
Right. I did see that.
That was funny as hell to me. Nobody talked about that though. I didn't see too many dudes sharing it.
No, they weren't. Because everyone.
I shared it. I retweeted the hell out of it. Let's go.
Right? As a Gears fan, I think as a Gears fan, that's what I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to the campaign.
I'm there for the campaign. Right.
Yeah.
So they did some soft, from what I understand, some soft RPG elements. A modern, a small, semi-open world type feel, right?
Mm.
They got to take pieces off of it. You know what I'm saying? Coalition can't go from here to all of a sudden we're an RPG maker.
Right.
Or people keep saying, well, I got open world fatigue. So boom, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a full-on open world Gears, whatever. It's like, it still has to it has to feel like Gears and report now.
I just had
just means that what I haven't played.
I just had this thing in my when you said like this open world, I just had this like vision in my head, like Rod at E3 and unveiling Gears 5 and saying, "Oh, Marcus has turn-based RPG elements. Here's Marcus with his fire magic."
Hey, it's like people who hot about the next Yakuza game being turn-based,
Yeah. Here's Kate summoning her. What are the things from Final Fantasy again? I forgot what they're called. The when you summon the what is it? What is it called? What is it in Final Fantasy? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Are you talking about summons?
Yeah, summons, yes, summons. There you go.
Summons. I was like, wait, you already said what it's called.
I was thinking.
You can summon the persona.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Marcus Phoenix persona.
He said summon my spirit grid or something.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my.
But it looks like the thing I kind of wanted them, to do from Gears 4 was Gears 4 did feel like a lot like it felt safe, not in the fact of the things that they were doing, because I really do feel like the end of that game is where it really kind of took off.
Yes, I do too.
And I said if they do more of what the end of that game did going into Gears 5, they could have something on it.
Yeah. Because
there is some good story stuff there, but they played it too safe with the endless DBs, and then the whole part's like kind of leading up to that. It felt like too much. They were trying to feel their way. That's fine, whatever the case may be. But I was like, it seems like in this game, they're trying to get more into the deeper, darker story and lore, which is something that made Halo so successful back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say
they kind of gotten away from in the last couple of Halos, but it seems like they're trying to dig more into actually fleshing out a world around Gears.
Yes.
Make you actually, care about, this world in general, like kind of like that feeling you had with Dom. That was one of the biggest heartfelt moments
Maria
in the series, right? You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to tap more into that, from what I can tell.
God, do you remember that when he? You know what's crazy about that moment? This is like it's like one of the things that I remember from that Gears game when he finds Maria and you find her and she comes out of the little tank she was in and you think she's alive,
Yeah.
and then you find out she's dying. She's dead.
Right. And then they carry that over into 3. If you think about it, Dom was a broken man.
That's why I think that's why Dom. Remember
heartbroken.
Dom sacrificed himself. The
Yeah.
dude lost the will to live.
Yeah.
Remember, Mark was like, "Dom, no!" Remember, I mean, like, and Dom's like, "Nah, dude, we got to stop this. Whatever it was, he was trying to stop that big. I don't know if it was a tank or something, whatever it was, you know." And Dom's like, "Nah." But Dom was you're right. He was a broken man after that.
Yeah, but then if you think about that too, if you think about going into Gears 4, you know, Marcus really carried a lot of that weight over with him.
Yeah, he did.
You know, so if you kind of look deep into those things, and I just kind of went through those games again, it's like you could see a progression where they from the first game through 4, they were trying to foster a story around the lore. And from what I understand, they're definitely trying to dig more into that and flesh out these characters. Because before, I think they heard the criticism like, "What the hell was Dell there for?" But
Nothing.
you think about it,
Sidekick.
Dell gave some he gave the comic relief, but it sounds like they're trying to flesh all that stuff out. They're trying to talk about they never really got into the conflict between JD and Marcus. Like, you just knew they were beefing, but you didn't really know why. And I said, if they come back in Gears 5 and they really hit these notes and kind of go back and kind of talk about some of this, there's a lot there that they can really get into to make you connect. And that's what people really need. You need a connection, and then they can start working more on changing the gameplay elements. But again, like we said, it's a difference between God of War and Gears of War and what they can change. Gears has some very founded mechanics that if you're trying to rip them away, does it really feel like Gears anymore? But that's on them to figure out how to do that to make it feel fresh.
I mean, God of War did it. I mean, you know, and that probably was not.
I mean, I don't know what the answer to that is. I'm not the developer, but that's on them to figure out. But again, I'm not going to, if I'm playing this game, when I finally get my hands on it, I'm like, yeah, the story was great, but it's still, I was still looking for something a little bit more. Then I'll be honest about that. But I go, yeah, okay, I see where they're kind of going with it. You know,
yeah,
I don't know. I can't say it.
Yeah, I will say this: from the hour that I played, again, I know it's very early. I really feel now they should just kill JD off.
Damn.
Damn, man. You don't like him that much?
No, he's just boring. Like here's the thing, right? And I'm not saying that a son and father should speak alike, but usually sons and fathers kind of do speak alike or have the same kind of mannerisms, you know? Like Marcus is like, yeah, I'm Marcus Phoenix, and JD's like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm JD. What's going on?
So you mad because he sounded like Michael Jackson?
Yeah, you mad because the man don't sound like he got a deep voice.
He doesn't seem like he just. There's something about Marcus, you know. And now remember, I was like, you guys, they need to kill Marcus, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that anymore. I don't think you kill Marcus because Marcus is he's so iconic now to that friend. Like he is.
Oh, he's Master Chief status now.
So you saying Marcus is like a stout and JD is like a Chardonnay?
Yes, pretty much. Yes. Yes. Yeah, like JD, like
Marcus is a good Pilsner beer.
Yeah, Marcus is like a 40 of St. Ides, and his son is like Miller Lite.
And JD some Boone's Farm.
Yeah, JD. I mean, seriously, Marcus is like, yeah, let's go, you know, blah blah blah. And JD's like, hey guys, come on, let's go. JD's like the heroin addict. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Wow, man.
Damn.
You going hard on him, man. You ain't gonna get that man a chance to burn.
Hey, but you gotta think about it like this too, man. That's that's a hard thing to live up to, man. Like your dad is like a living legend.
Yeah, but you know what though? I mean, but he doesn't look. He doesn't have that grit that Marcus has. I mean, the dude has pain on his face. You guys, does that make sense?
Hey, B, we're gonna take these receipts. We're gonna take these receipts because by the time Enrique gets to the end of Gears 5, he can be like, all right, I'll come back. I want to kill JD. That's my dude. That's my dude.
And watch JD but I feel like JD hasn't come out of his shot. He does. Marcus overshadows him. Marcus is too. You know, I don't know, man.
I mean, that's because we've been rocking with Marcus for so long. Yeah. We know his story. We don't know anything about JD.
Yeah, but even JD doesn't seem likable.
But that's what I understand. From what I understand, they fleshed that out more in this game.
Yeah, they do. But B, he doesn't seem like a likable character. And you're probably right, B. Like we have rocked with Marcus Phoenix for well over a decade now. We've been, and we've been through some shit with Marcus. You know,
Right.
The loss of his dad, friends. Like Eric mentioned, the whole thing with Dom. Marcus has been through some stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Irrelevant said Marcus is getting his JD as O'Doul.
Yeah, that's too funny. But
holy crap! This person just sent me a message saying, "Can you please show me how to make thumbnails?"
Who's that?
Because he sent me a picture of my Gears of War thumbnail I just put on Twitter for my video. He's like, "Dude, can you show me how to make thumbnails?"
Yeah. Hey, big shout out to Ryan Landis in the chat. It says Gears 5 has tiny puddles, no smoking, no jump button. 4 out of 10.
Oh,
Jesus. What's up, Ash and Luca? Hey guys, hit that like button and retweet. Again, we're giving away not the game control. We're giving away the Gears 5 controller to somebody in the live chat. So remember, U.S. residents only.
Game control on.
Yes.
Yes.
Wants to say, did I miss the giveaway? No, you have not missed the giveaway, sir. We're not going to do that.
Yes, you did.
No, don't say that to that man. Man, he just drove home from work, man.
Giveaways next week, guys.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's gonna be a green.
Yeah, again, I know I flip flop here. I said, kill Marcus, but I'm like, kill JD. I just can't get down with JD. But I will say this: Kate's character is interesting now. I'm only an hour in, but just from the opening scene and kind of the opening credits and then the opening scene with her, she seems very I want to get to know her. I want to get to know what's going on with her.
You thirsty?
Yes.
I mean, Kate was always the more interesting character, though.
Yeah, that's what I said.
From Gears 4, she's the one who I took the most liking to, just because I felt like she had the best background story.
Yep.
And the most interesting. I think that's why they went ahead and chose her as the lead. But a lot of gameplay I see, I don't see people playing as her, so I don't know what that's all about. But hopefully, they really flesh that out and going into Gear 6. We get introduced to some new characters, because that's one thing that I think we didn't see in Gears 4 is because they kind of brought back the old crew. We didn't get a lot of new characters. And the past Gears games, we got a lot of characters introduced, as we went throughout the story. So hopefully they introduced quite a few new characters, multiplayer and stuff like that.
Facts. Yeah, and one of the things that looks interesting, again, just from the trailers, is, and that was actually one of the things I think I remember a while back talking to Sam about when he was on Brap still, and that's environments.
Yeah,
take us to some new locales,
right?
And it looks like they're kind of touching on that too, because even changing things like that, or new creatures to fight, new interests, does it always have to be like the locust,
right?
And it seems like they're kind of answering some of that too, So like I said, we got to see. We got to get past that hour gameplay. Right, Enrique?
Yes, sir.
The funny thing is, it's a bunch of people to put up reviews for the game already, and they just got the review code today.
Yeah,
you gotta love that. You gotta love that, man.
I was like, all these people up here saying, "Yo, bro, I got a review code," and the next thing I know, 20 minutes later, you got a review video up. I'm like, what?
Are you serious? Are you serious?
That's some suspect.
Yeah, that's suspect.
Oh,
I don't
man,
know about that.
There's some people out here review codes up already, man. I'm like, what is this? Did you even Did you even get through the cutscene at the beginning?
They saw the cutscene. They're like 8 out of 10.
They said I looked at 5 other people's videos to get this review.
Hey, Abacap72 says that JD comes out of his shell quite a bit in the new book, as does Dell. I haven't read the new book.
But this is the problem, though, man. You can't have it. It's not like Halo. Halo had such an established story in the game that it made you want to go. Yes, no boo. The story in the first 3 Halos made you want to go know more about it in the book. It made you want to. Gears 4 did not make you want to go know more about JD Phoenix. You just called the man boring. You just said you wish he died and you wish they took him off life support. So why would you want to go watch him in a book?
I would. Let me tell you. You know why I want to
see? I said that was the problem, and that's the feeling I got from Halo 5. I was like, they assumed that everybody read all the damn books.
Yeah, exactly. That was my problem with Halo 5. I'm like, dude, you can't live off of what Bungie did with Halo. You have to kind of continue what they did, not try to like say, oh, we could just throw something against the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. Like I said, man, I think I have my reasons for JD dying. I think that the impact to Marcus. Can you imagine Marcus?
Just want this man to die, man.
Well, can you imagine Marcus? Like
Marcus can't take no more loss, man.
That's the point,
loss.
B.
If he take more loss, he's just gonna die from heartache anyway, man.
I
can't take no more loss.
Can't take it anymore.
Arella said, "I'm mad because I ain't get a review code. Man, I am ecstatically pissed that I ain't get a review code. But you know what? That's fine because I got a free copy of the game coming tomorrow anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, everybody playing the game tomorrow anyway. Why is there this? I don't understand.
Go ahead.
Yeah, why is everybody crying about review codes? The game comes out tomorrow. Like,
yeah, speaking with
it's not that big a deal. You didn't get one. Oh well, the game come out tomorrow. Like you can't wait 24 hours.
Hey, shout out.
It's not a big deal, man. Chill out.
Yeah, shout out to AB. Shout out to AB. Fall of Reach is still one of the best Halo books ever. You are absolutely correct, sir.
Hey.
That was probably by far the best Halo book of all of them.
Real quick, I gotta say, OBJ the Don. What's up, OBJ? He said, "What did OBJ say? Shit, I forgot. Damn it, I can't find it now."
It's Sea of Thieves compared to Gears.
Oh, he says Halo is Sea of Thieves compared to Gears. Facts.
What?
Facts. He's saying Halo. He's not lying. He's right.
Wait, did he say? Okay, so is he saying that Halo is basically
it's trash like Sea of Thieves?
Is the encompasses of what Sea of Thieves is?
Yes, trash.
Look, man, I'm never coming to your channel again, man. I'm not watching none of your videos. I'm not watching none of your epic rants. I'm blocking you for going forward. I'm not talking to you no more. How the hell you gonna say some bullshit like that?
Yeah. And they
I'm trying to figure out how you get that Gears care package. That it was
right. I swear, did somebody did
who got a Gears care package? OBJ did.
Look, yeah, dude. I think he got an Xbox dropped off at his house or something.
OBJ got what? OBJ. How did you finagle that?
Well, man, you know.
And main man, I won't name his name. Can't get a review code. Jesus. Oh man, that is so funny. That is messed up. Yeah, too funny. B, let me ask you something, man. What do you think about this? I didn't get your opinion on this, man. What do you think about like the media bias stuff that people were talking about today, man, with Gears? Like people losing their minds.
People out of their mind, man. This goes on every time there's a big game that's coming out that everybody's anticipating. You know, then they start highlighting the reviews that don't agree with what their opinion is, saying that there's media bias. This goes for every gaming company, whether it's Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo. You know what I mean? This happens all the time. It's not media bias. It's just people didn't agree with what you thought the game was, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we all got assholes, but they ain't the same color. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Hey, B, sometimes they find like the most, you know, not the shit on somebody's outlet, but they find some of the smallest, most insignificant, like, and they give them all the clout.
Exactly. Like, why you highlighting them anyway?
Right.
You know what I mean? They ain't big enough to be highlighted. They just was lucky enough to get their name recognized on Metacritic. That's it. Mm-hmm. Like, if you've never been to their website, why are you highlighting them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You rally the troops and you send everybody right to them and give them the shine.
Right. Like, nobody cares about them anyway. Like, if they didn't give your game a great review, oh well. Put that shit out of your mind. Go pay attention to the people that you align with. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel like somebody at GameSpot, you know what I mean, whoever did the review is more, you know, aligned with your thinking, then go buy that review. Like, all the other shit is nonsense,
right?
Man.
If you want somebody to review the game that you trust, go get OBJ to do it, man. He'll make the review fun as hell.
OBJ will make the review fun as hell. But you know what's funny, B? On the flip side of that coin, man, the same people that screen bias champion people who champion people who review games that will that will share this or agree with their own personal bias. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
see, this is the thing. Like people will highlight the reviews that aren't aligned or where they think the review is going to be. You know what I mean? Just like this Gears thing, people are highlighting. Reviewers that gave it like a 70 or 60 or whatever the case may be. Why you ain't highlighting them people that gave it 100? Because them motherfuckers ain't right either.
because
somebody did.
But it's all good for every game that you like to get 100.
you
somebody give it a 70 is a problem.
Somebody did highlight that too when someone
I brought
tweeted
that up.
out. Somebody, was it you that tweeted it out?
I brought it up. Yeah, I brought that up.
Yeah, because they put up a tweet of all the Xbox, all the Xbox websites that gave it 900s and 95s and said, "So review bias, huh?"
It works both ways. You know what I mean? Like that's why when I look at reviews, I look at people. You know what I mean? I want to read your highlights of what you said about the review. And if you saying things like open spaces are empty and things like that, that's the stuff that I take into account. You know what I mean? When I'm going to the game, okay, maybe I'll look for that and see if that's really true.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? If your score is a 6 and you say, games are stuck to what the game was known for. Okay, I mean it's Gears. I know what I'm getting into. Like I'm not really taking that 6 to heart. But if I read your review and you gave it 100 and it's like, oh, it's the best Gears game ever, they just same Gears, just new coat of paint. Like I don't give a fuck about that either because you really didn't tell me anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I throwed it out the window.
Yeah, you know what I said earlier? I said it's funny. I tweeted this out because it was an observation. I said media is biased against a product we support when said media does not confirm our own personal bias. Said media is labeled as untruthful, unprofessional, but when a community member gives a review that confirms their own bias, they are labeled as honest and truthful. Like that just doesn't,
right.
Like that shit is so ridiculous. I'm like, really? Like, so you're in the irony of it, biased people calling other people biased. Like really? Like that's where we are as a community. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. It's comical. It is comical.
Hey, man, that's the community. That's just how it is. That they'll go listen to the homeboy, tell them that the game is amazing, and you keep that same mindset through the whole time. Playing the game, even though they might not agree with the review, but as long as the homeboy said it was good, they're gonna rock out and say, "Oh, the game was great."
Yeah,
it's just like, come on now.
That is true. That is true, man.
People do not want to be individuals anymore. Everybody got to ride somebody else's wave. Like stand up, be your own gamer. It's okay to like games that ain't rated, in the 90s. It's okay to like games that's rated in the 70s or 68, 69. There's plenty of games out there. You ain't always got to ride the wave, man. Be your own gamer.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, big shout out
if everybody like only like the same games all the time, the game industry would be trash. Because we would only get the same games all the time.
That's a good point, man. That is a great point, B. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to Talos. Happy birthday, man.
Whose birthday is it?
Talos.
Okay, happy birthday, man.
Yeah, and Nate did. Nate brought it up in the live chat. So.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
Yeah, that's a good point, B. I mean, that is a very good point. That's why I love this panel, man. Keep it real. Try to put things in perspective.
What's up with people comparing a DLC to a full-fledged game? I can't stand Twitter, man.
Oh, I saw that. That's trolling, man. That's
comparing Iceborne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said the awkward moment when the expansion gives a better Metacritic than Xbox's best game this generation. I know he trolling, but it's funny,
trolling.
Man. He trolling.
Some of the trolling shenanigans in the community it's kind of funny though. You kind of have to laugh.
Oh, yeah.
At it. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta laugh at some of the stuff, man. It's all entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I thought when the Gears 5 reviews came out, I thought Sony was gonna come in and announce a purchase of like Remedy or something.
Oh yeah,
no, that's too early. It's too early.
It's too early for that, man. They're gonna say we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that at PlayStation Experience.
Hey,
that's the way for XO, man.
Hey, I want to give a big shout out to Turtle Shaddai, or I'm going to pronounce that right, but him and I got to a little bit of a conversation, debate or so in Luca's Discord, because oh man, I don't even know where to begin with this.
Oh God, I need to know. I wasn't in the
Oh,
Discord.
you weren't in the Discord?
I was in there, but I wasn't paying attention to that.
Oh, you
I need to go back. I'm about to go.
Yeah,
look
go
now.
back. Yeah, go back and read it. He basically said that I wasn't a real gamer because I was gonna play through the Gears 5 campaign. As soon as I was done with that, I was gonna go on to Borderlands 3.
So, I mean,
Hey,
I think that's what all was going to do, man. I know Borderlands 3 is number 1 on my list.
Yeah, I mean, I was at GameStop today. That shit came on the TV, that you have Forte, where you guys show all the gameplay stuff.
GameStop TV.
Yes,
GameStop
sir.
TV.
I was like, woo, look at this game.
Yeah, I can't wait for that game to come out, man.
It's a lot of games in September, man.
Yes, sir. And you know what's funny, man, is that I think unfortunately, in all this shenanigans over the Gears 5 reviews, people missed out. I think on the fact that a couple things happened today. One, Gears 5 came out. It's a good game. 2, Nintendo Direct. Nintendo made some big announcements.
Yeah,
we have Xenoblade Chronicles coming. We have
yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I thought it was a big announcement for them. They also have some of the Super Nintendo games. I don't have the list in front of me. SNES games that are coming to the Switch. There was a couple other games, some Wii U games that I think are coming to.
What are they doing? Tokyo Mirage Sessions?
Yes, thank you, E.
Way over.
I'm sorry, what?
I said it's making its way over, which is weird because I just heard a couple people talking about it last week, like requesting it. Maybe it was on NBC or something like that, and boom, there it is.
On NBC.
No, not NBC. NVC, Nintendo Voice Chat.
Oh, okay. I thought okay. I was like NBC.
Nah, man, NBC was too busy, like standing out in palm trees going sideways, telling you what's going on with it. If you look right behind me over here, you can see that debris. That tree was there, and now it's over here. Like, fool, I ain't going out there. Shut up.
Yeah, this dude. I saw one guy. Reg.
Did you change your name in the Discord?
Yo, them other dudes be on some nuts stuff.
Yes.
Yo, man. They're talking about, we're downtown Fort Lauderdale. There's nobody out here. All the street lights are out. It's a hurricane, my guy.
It's a hurricane, bro.
You know?
You got 110 sustained winds out here, man. What you talking about?
It's like you just told us on one broadcast to not go outside, and now you're downtown telling us what's not happening.
Sure, right.
Right.
The streets are empty. It's
like,
amazing.
Go sit your ass down somewhere.
I saw one guy standing in. He was somewhere in Florida, sitting along the bay, one of the bays in Florida between the ocean and whatever, and an island or something. And he's like standing in the storage surge. He's like, as you can see, the storage surge has moved up more. I'm waist deep. I'm like, yo, why is that a good idea to go out there?
Hazard pay, man.
Hazard pay my ass.
He ain't got no kids.
I guess, man. I don't know. But yeah, so like he said, Tokyo Mirage was announced for the Switch. Deadly Premonition's getting a sequel. Deadly Premonition 2 is coming out.
Don't need to play that no more.
Huh?
Enrique would never play that game.
No, I did like Sweary's last game though on the Xbox.
You should play Deadly Premonition. I think you'll love it.
Yeah. What was his game on the Xbox One that was like a Kinect game? You guys remember that?
I don't know.
I do have it. I can't remember.
I tried to eliminate Kinect games out of my portfolio.
Who was playing that?
Enrique was.
We're playing what? The Sweary game on Kinect?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to play it on Kinect. You can play with a controller.
Yeah, you can play with a controller. What was it like? Deadly Dreams Don't Die or something? Or D4?
D4.
Oh, D4.
Oh, yeah.
D4,
Yeah. I tell you, I swear he actually used to follow me on Twitter, and I remember I used to see his tweets, and that dude was always out drinking. But that actually D4. If you guys have not played that game for the Xbox One, it to me is like one of the most underrated games on the Xbox One. I actually thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good game for a launch title.
Yeah, Xbox is full of games that are underrated.
Yeah. Hey, how about Overwatch coming to Switch?
That's pretty big for them.
That's pretty big for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
is it going to have native?
Give it a reason to play that online.
My question is it going to have native headset support and not through an app?
No,
probably not.
Yeah, is it going to be?
Come on, Forte.
Is it going to be as big as Fortnite where they could just plug in a headset?
Blizzard might do that.
I think they might let them do that. They was like, you let Fortnite do it. Can we do it?
Hey, 4J, they have Labo headsets.
Oh God,
Labo.
Labo, right up there with the Labo VR.
Yeah. John Snow. Juan Snow says Chrono Trigger needs a Switch treatment. Could get down with some Chrono Trigger.
I could get down with some Chrono Trigger.
Especially if they remake it like they're doing Secret of Mana.
I get down with some Zone of the Enders too.
What do you think about Secret of Mana? Woo!
Oh, Trials of Mana.
Yeah, Trials
of Mana. Yeah.
Trials of Mana.
Who said Zone of the Enders?
I said I get some Zone of the Enders on the Switch.
That game was trash.
Might as well put every damn thing on the Switch at this point.
No, I'm just kidding. That game was like, Star Wars.
It's like,
go ahead, man.
It's like 360 at this moment. It's getting all the games, all the love.
Yeah, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast is available for Switch, December 24th. What else? Luigi Mansion 3 Screen Park mode, 2 to 8 players, an arena style game. What else?
Fire.
Yeah, that's actually
fire.
We went to Trials of Mana, the remake. What else? Tetris 99.
Getting a physical release.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. I think we talked about this last week. B, you were with us, man. Let me ask you something. I think we talked about this in DM too, man. Is a Switch the best place in terms of exclusives now?
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it is.
I said this almost a year ago, man.
Yeah, they come out. They've been more consistent with their games over the last 3 years than anybody. Ever since the Switches came out, they've been consistent.
Yeah, and they really only getting started. They only gave us one Mario game,
right?
Like one platform Mario game.
Yep.
And we've got one Zelda game about to come up with Link's Awakening, the remake, and then
Breath of the Wild game looks so good, man.
Oh,
we haven't gotten a new Donkey Kong game yet.
Yo, yeah, you're right.
We got Tropical Freeze from Wii U, so like they still got a lot of stuff they could cook up. A lot of a lot of the games that they came out with. Man, at least early on were Wii U games.
We ain't even got a new version of Mario Kart yet. We still selling the old one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's still charting.
And it's still charting.
Hey, what about Astral Chain? What about Astral Chain? I mean, speaking of exclusives,
Astral Chain is fire.
Astral Chain's fire, bro. Right? I like Astral Chain a lot.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Link's Awakening, that clip they showed. I'm not gonna lie.
Link's Awakening was nice, man.
I got.
I just like.
Yeah, I got very excited.
You ain't gonna play it though, but an hour.
We gonna play the first hour and come in with.
He gonna play the first hour and come back and tell us like, "Yo, man, the game fire."
I'm gonna play an hour and come back with my review.
Oh, you see how you also got Terry Bogard joining Smash?
Yeah, I saw that Terry Bogard.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and I said they're still adding more characters. Yeah, they're gonna bring more roles into Smash. So
you never know who's gonna be in there. About to get that double dip on another character pass.
How good is Smash? How good is Smash though? Seriously, like my kids play that. That shit is
Smash
so good.
Is legit,
That's
bro.
So good.
Yo, I'm telling you, at my school, there's we have like three lunches for 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Every lunch, there's like 2 or 3 groups with a Switch set up and they're playing Smash.
Yeah,
they smart.
I'm screaming at them, "Go get your lunch!"
They ain't trying to eat, man.
Yeah, man.
Trying to get that session in.
Nah, man. There's a rumor.
All they're playing.
There's a pretty good rumor going around about Conquer remake coming out on the Switch too. A Conquer Bad Fur Day remake.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. You know Microsoft all about putting their stuff everywhere now.
Hey, they about to get that definitive edition of. They're about to get that definitive edition of Lucky's. What's that?
They're about to get the super. The new Super Lucky's Tale.
Yep.
With all the DLC. Look, man, Switch. I'm not BSing you, man. Switch. I've been telling people this for years. Ashley Luca, if you're still in here, congratulations on that Switch purchase you make it in the next couple of weeks that you said you would never do. but I'm just telling you, man, Switch, man. Ever since the Switch has come out, people were at first that first year. People was like, "Oh, we just got Zelda." They were coming out with like a first party title every quarter. Now it seems like they're coming out with something like every month. It's like. Dude, Switch can't be stopped. They got a new piece of hardware coming out this month in literally 14 days. And it's unstoppable right now.
Hey, Forte,
Yo,
Like, you made no mistake. You watch that direct. They were slick with it too. How they kept putting the light next to the original.
yep, they
So you
did.
can see the size of it, so you can see, and then they had panels where it was just the light. Yo,
Yep.
they hit with that subliminal like nothing, bro.
They let you know, it's like, hey man, you know, we
Hey,
still got this.
it's a little smaller,
Still
more
got-
pocket size.
We got this $300 one
Right,
for you,
right.
and we also got this $200 one for you. You know, we suggest a $200 one for you for your kids, so you can buy them multiples.
Mm-hmm.
You thought people bought multiples for the $300 one. Wait till the $200 one launch. Oh my god!
Yep, stocking stuffers for days, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got an excellent game plan. They condensed their teams too, so there's no 3DS team anymore. There's and console based teams, so all of them are working together, working on basically one platform. So
Yeah,
Right.
that pretty much just said.
And see, and that's the thing too, man. Like you think about it. Like, I know the people out there, like, I'm not really rocking with a Switch. Like, I'm not really rocking with Nintendo. Like, they don't really have the things that I'm looking for, right? But move to the side. The people who are about like the Switch and Nintendo and everything like that, you have to come away after they do a direct like that and just drop it like in the middle of summer to get you ready for the fall. And you have to walk away kind of going like, I feel good about having the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, I just got Astral Chain. Think about it. The last 4 months they've had a release every month.
Yep.
And right at the tail end of this, they hit you with what's about to come for the next few months.
Yo, they hit you. They've hit us with bangers back to back months, and then like you said,
Yeah.
I mean, they're coming out.
Sony and Microsoft, either Sony or Microsoft can say that right now.
That's facts.
Yep.
What's the funny thing is they got 2 games that are the same game that's going to chart both in the top 10 and take up 20% of the top 10 next month in November when Pokemon Sword and Shield come out. They literally both are going to chart and they're the same exact game.
Yeah. Hey, Forte, you know what's
Right.
impressive about what they've done in terms of like charting MPD? They don't include digital
They don't
sales.
do digital sales.
Yeah, it's all physical.
It's only physical.
I mean, that's impressive.
Dude, man, the Switch has they told us the Switch has an attach rate of all systems in the world of 7.8 games per system.
Jesus.
7.8 games per system on a system that's only been out 3 years.
Jeez.
7.8, bro.
I'm asking this, but you brought this point up earlier in the DM, whatever, right? And this isn't like the diss or like knock anything, but has Gears 5 trended at all today?
nope.
No, it hasn't.
No, it has
Right.
not trended. And I saw.
I'm looking down the Twitter trends, and Nintendo's holding down. I can't even think. I'm trying to think about how many places with various things from the Nintendo Direct taking up the trending.
Yeah, it's funny, and not. Yeah.
That's not even like trying to be a diss. I'm just saying.
No, it's not a
How
diss,
many-
but the problem
How many
is you got
tweets does
people.
it take the trend though? That's the question.
I don't know, but Forte, real quick, the thing
It
is,
used to take 10,000 tweets.
10,000 tweets.
Yep.
Okay, here's
They
the thing.
got Tokyo Garage Sessions trending. They got Xenoblade
Yeah.
trending. They have let me see. Switch in general is trending.
I have a
The
question.
only other thing trending is Will Smith and
Hold
Martin
on, Eric.
Lawrence.
But here's the thing, man. E,
I have a question about trending real quick before you say something.
Oh, the SNES is trending.
I wonder, and I wish I would have knew this. I didn't think about it during the time of when I was at conference. I wonder if I was trending that day with Last of Us.
Well, that's a good question.
you were
Might
not
be.
trending, Forte.
You might have been, man.
You're probably pretty close to it.
I
Mhm.
think I was wondering if I was trending that day because I meant to look and I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
Because I know when I looked at The Last of Us, you were the first tweet, and it had like the most retweets and likes off of it. So you're probably pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have been close, man. But okay, real quick. So speaking of trending, so it's funny. Like someone put out there like that Gears 5 prior to release was lighting up. It was a talk of the town, basically. You know what I'm talking about. Was the talk of the town. was basically like all the media sites where it was burning up the media sites. I'm like, wait a minute, where is this coming from? Like some of the stuff that people say is outrageous. Outrageous
Outrageous is the word.
Yes, I mean you know what I'm talking about. E.
It's not the word I'm thinking of, but it's a word.
Yes, I mean I'm like, what is going? Like, where do people get this? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's and real quick. Speaking of trending, I do want to bring something up Gears related. I gotta say, I was kind of surprised by what I think were low numbers for Ninja streaming Gears 5.
Yo, irrelevant native. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Irrelevant native, stupid man.
What he said?
Close forte, but you still as irrelevant as me. Yeah, I can't with you irrelevant. I'm sorry, man. All right, go ahead and ring in. Sorry about
that. You're all silly. He's like,
hold on a second.
Please continue, Enrique.
All right, so I forgot what I was gonna say now. Anyhow, yeah, so Ninja streaming Gears 5, and he's on Mixer. And look, Ninja, not to take anything away, Ninja was a big acquisition to for Microsoft. But I'm not so sure that a lot of people who used to follow him on Twitter, who were really, I mean, let's face it, I mean, people were watching him play. I think we're following him because they were watching him play Apex Legends and Fortnite. And with Gears 5, there's only 17,500 people watching. No, I get it. Maybe you can make the argument that people didn't want to wanted to see spoilers with the campaign. I actually had, and I won't name this person. I won't name him by name, but I had someone say that 17,000 isn't bad. That's how much the Lakers draw in attendance a night.
That's terrible.
And I was like, okay, so the Lakers. So
the Lakers are our number one market team. That's terrible.
So we're comparing what the Lakers draw to a stream. Like I wasn't putting two and two together.
The Lakers have LeBron, man. The Lakers have LeBron. That's all they're getting is 17,000. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah.
Not a good comparison.
So I was like, nah, that's not. No, come on. This dude was. I mean, he was. I don't know what I forgot what he was doing on Twitch. But anyhow. What do you got? I mean, is this a byproduct of people like saying, hey, you know what? We only want to watch Ninja for Fortnite and Apex Legends, and if he's not streaming that, we're not going to bother watching him. Or is it a byproduct of maybe Gears isn't as popular as certain people in the echo chamber think?
Well, 17,000 people still isn't nothing to sneeze at. They weren't getting that on any stream on Mixer before he started streaming, so.
Hey, I'll get the props wherever they do, man, but I'm going to keep the same energy. Right. I didn't care about Ninja before he got here. I don't care about Ninja now.
Right. And that's the
same way. That's my energy on it.
I don't hop on Twitch to watch streamers or Mixer or any of that. Like, only time I really watch streams is during Evo. And that's because it's competitive, you know what I mean? Fighting. So, you want to see who's really got the skills to get the job done. But other than that, like, I don't have time to sit up and watch people run through and play single player games and stuff like that. I'd rather just play the game myself. Like, what's the purpose of watching that?
And ultimately, I ignore like the grown children on Twitter who like the 1 minute hype Ninja and the next it's like, dude, you ain't have that energy about Ninja, so let's stop it, right? But I ignore it for the fact that depending on the day, it depends on the answer that you get. Like, one is, why didn't Microsoft spend all this money on Ninja when they could have been spending that more for studios and more game stuff, right? Well, he's not there. He's not there for Xbox. He's there for Mixer. But then, Ninja's going to be streaming all Xbox first party. Which one is it? He's there for Xbox or is he not? You can't have it this way on Thursday and this way on Tuesday. That's what he can. They trip me out.
This shit is funny, man. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Oh man.
Yep, you got me irrelevant.
Yeah. He
got some tickle bitties.
What?
Irrelevant said.
I'm watching female streamers. Yeah, that's too funny, man. All right, well, hit that like button. I do have. All right, guys. So I have a trivia question for the Gears giveaway. And here's the trivia question. And again. U.S. residents only. We're not shipping to Canada or anywhere overseas. So here's the trivia question. Bum, 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 bum.
Can I ask it?
No, because you don't know what it is, man.
I do.
No, you don't.
What was the exact year Enrique lost his original gamer tag?
Okay. Good luck. That's actually a good trivia question.
I say about 5% of our audience would get that one.
Yep, probably. All right, I'm going to make it a little bit easy, though, E. That's a good question, though. All right. As you know, we've had guests on BRAP, industry guests. So, what former GameStop editor was a guest on our show?
Mel spamming. She's spamming dates.
She's just, Mel's out there 1990. She said
1894.
She said
Hey, can I be a part of this since I wasn't on Brat back then?
She said 1996.
Right, eventually. Hey, that's a sound strategy, man.
No, Mel, that is not the trivia question time. Is the again here? Let me repeat. The trivia question is who was what? What was the name of the former GameStop editor that we had on as a guest on BRAP? Eric, you know who I'm talking about. GameSpot, yes, GameSpot. I didn't mean GameStop. I meant GameSpot. Thank you, Nate. So what was the name of the former editor for GameSpot that we had on as a guest on BRAP? No, not Ryan McCaffrey, Ryan Landis. No, not someone said Matt Pixatella.
Somebody's using their time wisely right now and doing a YouTube search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crispy Bomb said Brad. Brad who? People are just putting first names. Tim. You said Rossetti. Jeez.
Somebody gonna put the Reverend Al Sharpton.
Oh, we got a winner. Winner,
Yep.
chicken dinner. Jay the Destroyer with Greg Kasavin.
Yeah, man.
There you go, Jay. There you go, man. He's our winner. Hey, Jay, to claim your prize, hit me up send me a DM.
No, who's Jeff Gerger?
Jeff Gerger. I don't know who's Jeff Gerger. Sounds like an adult entertainer. I think she meant Jeff Gertzman.
Jeff. Oh yeah. Well, that's about the same. Jeff Gerger. That's about right.
Yeah, Greg. So Jay the Destroyer, do me a favor, and Mel said that's what she meant, Jeff Gertzman. Jay, send me hey, let's give Jay a round of applause, guys.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
There we go. Big shout out to Jay the Destroyer. Hey Jay, do me a favor, send me a DM on Twitter with your address and everything and information, so I can go ahead and oh my God. All right. Jay Destroyer, go ahead. Send me a DM right now. Go on to Twitter. Send me a DM right now with your information on where I can mail your address, so I can mail this out to you. I'd probably be able. Actually, I think I'm gonna mail it out tomorrow through UPS. So just give me your address, and I'll get that out to you, and then I'll let you know just as soon as I drop it off at UPS and everything.
If you didn't win tonight, do not worry. Enrique is going out to get 3 more controllers.
What?
He's gonna do on Gleam.
What did you just say, Eric?
You're gonna go get 3 more controllers. He already said it, bro.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Congratulations to Jay. Sorry, guys, if you didn't win.
Hey, we'll do some more giveaways.
Yeah.
Hey, if Microsoft can send us one of those care packages that they're sending out,
Yeah, we give away all that shit.
we'll give it out.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know how OBJ got that. How he got that. What's it called?
And he kind of dipped right after that, didn't he?
You want to try and give us no details? Hey, man, get that Master Chief helmet out of here.
Oh my God! Why are you wearing that?
Hey, about to go dirt biking.
You love it.
Gotta love that Halo.
I got that too, man. Your wife, you're like, what you doing?
My wife walked in. What's that for?
Yeah, freaking me out.
Did she say it's freaking me out?
You guys are getting a glimpse into Forte's life.
Wait.
That was my. Come here, Tisha. Y'all can say hi to my beautiful wife.
Hey, did she say you're freaking me out with wearing that? Is that what she said?
She said, "Y'all freaking." He said, "Come say hi to my friends. Want to say hi to you." It is hot.
Hi.
He said hi.
What's going
Hey,
on?
Brad behind the
Forte?
scenes, yo.
Hey, ask her what she thinks of
What'd you
Gears
say?
5.
She don't know. If it ain't an iPhone, she don't know.
Oh boy.
Ask her about Grand Theft Auto though. Oh shit.
Oh,
Ooh.
damn, she came back to that door looking like.
She said.
Wait, hold on. They said, "What do you know about?" They said, "What do you know about Gears 5?" No, I was talking about games. I said the only thing you know, but I said if you ask her about the iPhone, she can tell you everything.
And a Sims.
Oh, and Sims and Gear and what's the other one? Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, those are her favorite games of all time.
Does your wife, is she a T-Mobile supporter?
Is she? She works for T-Mobile. You don't see the T on her shirt?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I'm not gonna sue.
He said, "Are you a T-Mobile supporter?"
Enrique felt she was a super fan.
She thought she might be a fanboy.
She said anything that pays. She said anything that pays the bills in the house, sir.
Hey,
She got keep the T-Mobile gear in the closet just for Saturdays, man.
Hey man,
Break it out on the weekend.
Look, man, this cell phone only costs me so much money because my wife is beautiful and works for T-Mobile. So
Hey,
that's what's up.
gotta take those benefits, man.
Hey,
man.
Jay the Destroyer, do me a
what's up.
favor. Jay Destroyer, drop your Twitter handle. Let me know what your Twitter handle is. I don't know if we're following each other on Twitter.
look at that, and you get a free follow for winning a contest.
Yeah, I hope he
That's what I'm
heard me.
talking about. You probably did. Let's play some guitar.
Oh my goodness. All right, so yeah, big
Yeah, you
shout
get to
out
be on
again.
Twitter when Enrique going at a fanboy.
What's that?
What you say?
I was saying Jay gets to be on Twitter when you going at fanboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I need to hit up OBJ and figure
Nobody
out how
does
to
it better.
I gotta hit up OBJ. Irrelevant name is funny. He just dropped his Twitter handle up there.
Who wants the desert hat? Who likes Call of Duty?
Nobody wants that trash.
You right about
Mm.
that.
I'll tell you what
You
though,
cut-
that
Cut
collection.
the lawn in it.
He says you could cut the lawn in it. Okay. Who wants the Xbox hat then? Who wants to be part of Team Xbox?
Oh, now we talking.
There we go. That's what I'm
Uh-oh,
talking
there
about.
it is. Team
Yeah.
Xbox.
That's
or-
clean. That's clean.
Hey
Yeah,
Forte, are
it's
you
cool.
guys selling those Gears T-shirts that you had from the convention?
This one that I have right here next to me.
Nice. That's the one they sell in Hot Topic, I think.
Yeah, that shirt is fire.
What size you wear?
I need a new gear shirt, man.
Hey, Ryan Landis says, just send it to me. I'll forward it to Jay.
What size you wear, Enrique?
Huh?
What size you wear, Enrique? What
XL.
size you wear? Oh, this ain't gonna fit you.
Oh.
What size is it?
It's a 3.
Oh,
I always get them a half a size bigger because they
I
all
would-
like to shrink.
I wear a 3.
Ooh,
Hey, give it to Eric.
would you like the shirt, sir?
Of course.
Why don't we give
DM
that
me
as a
your
giveaway instead of
DM
giving it to Eric?
Enrique.
Enrique trying to block your blessings, E.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you could do a gleam for it.
Yo, Irrelevant Day said Enrique said extra medium.
Extra medium.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of extra medium, did you guys see the unboxing I did for the Iron Gallahorn?
I did.
I did see it.
Yeah, man.
What's the?
You look professional,
I
Enrique.
haven't unboxed mine yet, but look at this. It's still in the box.
What's that?
The shield.
The Titan Shield?
What?
Yes.
Yo, when did that come out?
Like earlier this year?
How come I don't have that?
I don't know. It's a good question. Why don't you have it? My Gallahorn's over there in the corner. I just don't feel like digging it out. It's in the box still.
You have the same Gallahorn as me, right?
I have an unboxed mine yet, but look at this. I haven't unboxed mine yet, but look at this. What's the shield?
Titan Shield?
Yes.
What?
I don't know why you don't have it, sir. Why don't you? You need to.
No, I have the Gallahorn. I put that together. I got to figure out a place to put it though.
I'll hold on to it for you,
Oh,
Ricky.
did I show you? Yeah. So I was thinking about getting rid of my my PlayStation backpack.
PlayStation.
The one that they gave us.
All right.
That looks sweet.
Hey, you know it's hard for people to see that though, right?
I might give that away.
You gonna do a giveaway?
I might give that away to somebody because I have like 50 backpacks and I kind of don't need another one.
Hey, Forte, you know it's hard for people to see it because we got the overlay.
Oh, well, here I put it up there again. So, look, it's the backpack, sir.
That's fire. That's fire too.
Backpack.
Yeah, that's a nice backpack.
Yeah, it's a nice backpack, man.
I know.
You should do a giveaway, man.
They take care of you guys out there, man.
Hey, Forte,
for
why
a
don't you do a
company that's
giveaway
going
like on
like
your channel, man?
You said what?
You do like giveaways on your channel.
I do. I gave a bunch of stuff away before. I gave away look, man. I was thinking about giving away those Turtle Beach headphones they gave us, those Atlases, the wired Atlas headphones. They go for like $150. I was thinking about giving them away.
Like awesome. Jay Destroyer sent me his information. Jay, so I'm going to probably during my lunch break tomorrow afternoon, I'm gonna head over to the UPS store, get that sent out to you, man. Not gonna send it snail mail, but I'll send it out through UPS. So I'll confirm that with you, bro. So congratulations again, man. It's an awesome looking controller, by the way.
Yeah, that's a really good.
Oh, that controller's fire, man. They did a
Yeah.
great job on all this gear stuff.
Yeah, no, they really have. Speaking of gears, guys, before we round out the evening here, we wrap up this podcast. Now that we look back at the unveiling of the campaign and Ninja streaming the campaign yesterday, you guys still? I mean, actually, I've seen some people say, "Oh, they've handled it perfect. This is great." How do you guys feel about it still? Do you guys feel like they still should have shown us campaign footage at E3? Do you feel like they should have marketed this game more? What are your thoughts? I'll go with you, B. What do you think, man?
I think they still marketed this game entirely wrong. I think they try to drum a pipe towards the end. You know what I mean? This last week going into the game, I thought like them having Batista in the game, that would have been like a cool thing to have at E3. That would have been sweet. Everybody's been talking about Batista being in the game or like playing Marcus in the movie. He basically kind of confirmed that on Twitter that he's going to be playing Marcus in the movie. That would have been like a dope thing to have at E3, or at least like with the inside Xbox stuff.
Man, can you see Batista as Marcus though?
No, I always looked at him as playing Dom. You know what I mean? I think he'd be like a great Dom.
Yeah, probably would have been a better Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who would be Marcus though? Like I'm trying to think of an actor who could. I don't know.
I think that's a prime opportunity to bless somebody with a gig.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you're right, man.
Go find some talent.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I could see like back in the day, maybe like Arnold playing Marcus.
Well, that's what would have happened, because back then they felt they had to have a star connected, but nowadays you do better finding somebody who's just good.
Yeah, run, it's a swarm, run.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that would have been awful.
Can you imagine that?
Nice.
Go now. Start locust.
Man, they would have destroyed my franchise with that, man.
I'll take that under advisement.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Who's now bad?
That would have been god awful.
Damn, Maria's dead. Run now.
Carl Weathers would have been Coltrane.
He said Carl Weathers would have been Coltrane.
God damn, dog. I was just
they cast it, it would be Terry Crews, and all the Xbox dudes will be standing because they all think Terry Crews is like some kind of Xbox guy now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Terry Crews. I love Terry Crews, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, man, y'all cast standing for Terry Crews too.
Hey, some people said John Cena. I can see John Cena as JD.
He could be Barry.
I can see John Cena right the hell out of any of it.
Like I can see him. What's the other guy from Gears. I forget his name.
Yo, why did Irrelevant Native
He could be Baird. He could be Baird.
Yeah, he was there.
Wait,
He was
Irrelevant
there, yeah,
Native
he
said
was
that
there.
Gary Busey could be JD.
Gary Busey. What is
Man, Gary Busey. Jesus.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
my God.
Oh man, he a fool for that, man.
Oh my God. Irrelevant is off the
let
chain.
me tell you. So let me tell you a little story real quick. Now that we're talking about this, I had a chance to. I almost won that Gears of War system while I was at conference.
What?
I almost won it. I would have won it. So we was in the Xbox training room. This isn't sensitive. This was they do these little, like when you're in the Xbox room, they do these little contests and stuff to basically test your knowledge and see what people know about stuff. So they'll do a presentation, they'll tell you about the games and stuff. Then they'll call people on stage to answer questions and try to win prizes. So it was basically, they called it Xbox Feud. So basically you would go not I forget what it was, like ukulele or whatever the fucking name of the game is, but they call you up on stage and one person had to turn their back to the screen. The other person had to like explain the game, whatever. I forget what the name of the game is that you play, but you can't say the name of what you're explaining, but they have to guess off of your examples of what the game is. So it was 3 teams. We were the last team to go up, and the team before us had 20 seconds to like guess their game. The person had to explain the game, guess it, but you couldn't like give the clues away that was up there for it was like 5 clues. So they got it at 19 seconds, 19.9 seconds, so a tenth of a second left, and they got it at the very end. So we get up there on the stage, and they say, "Man, all you gotta do is just guess this before 20 seconds." So we get up on the stage, and the girl and what's the guy's name for Xbox? The guy that
Major Nelson?
starts with an R, not Major Nelson.
Roy
The
McIlroy?
black guy, I forget his name.
Ricari?
Ricari, yeah,
Yeah.
Ricari was there. So Ricari's up there talking. He's telling the girl that's on my team, I got my back turned. He said, "Listen, all you have to do is just explain what the game is to him without saying any of these 5 key words." And then they would just like flash a bunch of names on the screen, and then it would just stop on the name, and that would be the game you got to describe. I had my back to my whole face. I was facing the crowd. Everybody in the crowd literally stood up and went into ovation when the game popped up. The game ended up being Borderlands. 90% of the people in that crowd knows I'm a huge Borderlands fan because I pre-ordered the $250 version of that game. So they was like, "Oh my God, it's over. He got this." Soon as he says, "Okay, go ahead," the first thing that comes out this girl's mouth is Claptrap. And guess what? Claptrap was the number 1 thing on the list that you could not freaking say. Oh my God. So Ricari looks at her and says, "Didn't I just tell you 2 seconds ago not to say anything that's on this list?" So he's like, "Well, we're sorry." So we walk off the stage. They give me like they give us $30 Xbox gift cards. As we're walking to the floor, they call the other team out and they said, "Well, that was fun. This is what you guys won." And on the screen popped the Gears of War system. Both of them, both people won that Gears of War system.
Man.
Wow.
Dude, Tiny Tina name wasn't up there. Handsome Jack name wasn't up there. And Dora was up there, but she could have just said Vote Hunter wasn't up there. Like September 13th wasn't up there. She could have said any of these things, but she says Claptrap. Oh my!
I would have Claptrap her jaw.
I could have had a free Gears of War system, but this chick said Claptrap.
Jesus.
Yo, she'd have heard about that the rest of the trip.
No, she did.
Oh,
she
yeah,
did.
for
She
sure.
did from everybody. It was even brought up in the general session. In our general session that we had later that day. One of the presenters that was in the room that day, in the room with us, said, "Hey, where's that girl that said Claptrap during the Xbox's general session after they said don't say anything on the list?"
Oh my goodness. That is hilarious, man.
Oh man.
That would have been her nickname.
So my feelings
That's
are
a terrible nickname.
Yeah, man. Good
No
God.
girl's
It
nickname
was
should be
fun, though, man.
Claptrap.
Yeah, I got a couple of things on my channel I might end up giving away. I might give some stuff away on Brap too, just because I did last year too. So there's a bunch of stuff I'm not gonna keep. Some games too. So
Yeah, you know what? You guys, yeah,
you
you
go.
should definitely do that, man, because you get a lot of like cool like swag and stuff. For just working there, man. That's awesome.
yeah, I might give this Gears of War shirt away. I might give it to. I think I might give it to what's name. He asked for it first.
Give it to a relevant native.
I'm not gonna. No, I got to give it to a Brap member because he asked for it first. You can't sway it, man.
All right, man. Just
Unless he doesn't want it.
Oh, no, I already sent you my address.
Oh,
That's all right. Hey, Eric.
Enrique in here trying to like
did he really?
trying to.
Did he really send it? Let me look and see.
Hey, Eric hit me up one time.
Enrique in here trying to.
Go ahead, man.
Because I was gonna get that shirt from Hot Topic, but they ran out. Of, they ran out of my size.
Eric, you remember when you asked me for the one of the McFarlane posters I had? I don't know which one was it.
Yeah, he said, "Yes, send me that shirt."
Was it the Titanfall one?
No, dude, you had the Well, yeah, no, it was both the Titanfall one and the Assassin's Creed, both McFarlane. I'm like, you're not gonna appreciate that the way I would. Give it here. Have you hung them up yet?
Nope.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I got them up.
Took you long enough.
I've showed you pictures of me. I got them framed up, hanging on my wall right now. I'm looking at the McFarlane Assassin's Creed.
I ain't looking at them pictures, man.
What?
I'm hating. I ain't looking at them pictures.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, but they're fire, man.
Yeah, Don't Call Me Dances.
Man,
The Black Flag poster is epic. Yeah, that McFarlane Black Flag poster is awesome.
It is pretty good, man.
Yeah, and that came with
Sick stuff.
I think that was like a pre-order thing from GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, right? Forte.
It was a pre-order thing. Yeah, it's a two-sided. It was like a two-sided flag. Yeah, it was pre-ordered only.
Yeah. No, it has a map on the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's the
There's
Titanfall one is nice too.
Yeah, that's another thing too. If there's some stuff that you guys, and I'm opening it up to anybody in the community. If there's stuff that is a pre-order only thing and you don't get a chance to get it, let me know, because sometimes we have a lot of that stuff left over. And I usually just give that stuff away to like our local store, not that store, but like our local school. They'll give it away as they'll raffle the stuff off as like charity donations and stuff like that. So I'll definitely just ship it to you guys.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Like,
definitely.
If there's some pre-order stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that stuff, man.
Yeah, I used to actually. I got, believe it or not, I got this stuff from a former GameStop employee.
I think I remember who.
Yeah. He actually, so he'd have like left. I have like, I've got like the advertising, the billboard things that you guys have in the store. I had those for like Star Wars and a couple other games that he gave me. So I got a bunch of stuff I haven't even hung up yet. But
that should be a trivia question.
What's that?
Which one?
Be like, which GameStop employee gave Enrique the posters that he didn't hang up for 4 years and didn't appreciate as much as Eric would have?
Jesus. Yeah, Eric, you're right, man. I had those posters for a long time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. So.
No, they're fire, man, for real.
No, they're nice. Yeah, McFarlane did a good job with those. Definitely. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Big shout out to Jay the Destroyer, our big winner this evening. He gets the free Gears 5 Xbox One controller. I'm going to ship that out to him this week, probably tomorrow, but congratulations to him again. And hey, everyone in the live chat, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, real quick, Enrique, let me ask. Forte, what are those the pre-orders on the Gears 5 console looking like? Are they moving quick? Are they sitting? Or what's the deal?
You said, are they sitting? Oh no, they're going. I had people.
No, I shouldn't. But yeah, I shouldn't say sitting. I'm pretty sure that they are going
tomorrow. So,
you guys have extras, or are they just only pre-orders?
Nope, I have 3 extras. As of I had 3 extras. As of today, I want to say I had 93 of them, and about 88 of them or 89 of them were already paid off.
What?
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are getting picked up.
Have you seen the console?
Oh, I seen the console. I saw the console when I was at conference.
How is it?
It's a beautiful thing. Oh, it's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful.
Wow.
It's a mirror image of that controller. A mirror, like if you didn't see the hard drive up close, the hard drive looks just like the top of the system. It's the mirror image of it.
Wow, that's cool, man.
It's a good looking system, man. I like the color scheme on it. I like that whole neutral gray and blue.
I like the color scheme.
Yeah, I mean,
I definitely want one, man. Like I said again, it was just like that. Getting up off that.
I couldn't do it though, man. It's like, Microsoft already got me for almost $2,000 this generation.
Yep,
not trying to get them for $2,500 and then turn around next. And it's the thing, people look, man. Let's be for real. Unless the Xbox One Scarlet is really not up to par, want to buy that system. So I don't want to hear people like, as much as I say I'm not going to buy that system, chances are when that system gets closer and closer to coming out, I'm going to end up getting it because I just like tech and I like having things like that. So when people say they're not going to get something, especially when they die and breed this console thing, I just look at them like they're weird because you know you're going to get, like, everybody on this panel for the most part knows they're going to get that system. It just really comes down to when you're going to get that system.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not getting it day one, but
No, I probably won't get it day one because I think the PlayStation is going to come out too close to it, and I'm not trying to do what I did in 2013.
Yeah,
$1,600 in 2 weeks period. I'm not trying to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
My wife won't let me do that again, honestly.
No,
I had to get one for Christmas.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show because I need to get back to some Gears 5, play some of that, and get my review up by midnight.
Oh yeah, go play another hour to get your review up.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, you're funny for it. You said 20 minutes later, I saw the review up. I'm like,
review. Like, we ain't gonna throw no names out who it was, but man, 20 minutes later, there was literally a review up. I was like, what?
That's hilarious, man.
You just tweeted that you got a code. How did you just get a review up that fast?
Like, yo, Gears has the most fire opening credits.
Oh man. Hey,
that I've ever seen.
Yo, I was gonna clown BG about that too because he did a review on, I forget on Control. He did a first impressions on it. He said I played like an hour and a half, and he gives a first impressions on Control. I'm like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
I said that's barely through the tutorial.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's too funny,
But,
man.
People want to get their opinion out there before everybody else. I get it.
Yeah,
it's all about those clicks.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to figure out if I'm connected to Control.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, Control's lost me now. I don't have any interest in going back to it now. I think for me, man, the story couldn't keep the story for me. The beginning was awesome, but then it couldn't keep my attention.
Control?
Huh?
Talk about Control or Gears of War?
Control. It just couldn't keep my attention. Yeah, the gameplay is okay, but it's kind of repetitive. It's like story.
So it's into that classic.
What's better, Quantum Break or Control?
Formula.
Control.
Control's better than Quantum Break.
Yes. What were you saying?
I'm not sure. I think if you took both of them and mashed them, you might have like the ultimate game.
Yeah. What were you saying?
There's things that both do.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, like the powers and the gunplay stuff in Control is better than Quantum Break, in my opinion.
No, it is. But the problem is,
environment and the story flow in Quantum Break is better than Control.
Well, I mean, because you don't have to like search for the story like you do in Control. Like in Quantum, like in Control, you got to search.
Oh my god, you gotta find collectibles galore. It's like it's like taking a damn SAT.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I get it. Like they want to drive that kind of investigative, like give that investigative vibe to it, But I don't know, man.
But I still say their best protagonist today is still Alan Wake because Jack Joyce and this chick Jessie, neither one of them.
What about Max Payne?
So they have like no narration, like in the game or whatever.
No, there's narration.
There's narration, but a lot of it is definitely in what you find.
Yeah, you definitely need to read because it deals with the paranormal, so you got to read a lot of like what's going on.
Yeah.
And so it just it's exciting. Don't get me wrong. To me, the beginning was exciting, but then it was like
Okay.
when I had to like look for items and read stuff, it kind of like it made the game feel a little disjointed for me. And then the gameplay, while it's fun, it just gets a little repetitive. It got a little repetitive for me. Like I was like, okay, now I'm gonna go. I gotta go do this, and then I'm gonna like use my elevation power or my
It felt like
telekinetic powers and my gunplay, and then and then it's kind of like the same enemies for the most part, and then um, what else? And then you got to go running back and then talk to someone else, and it just lost me. I just don't have any desire to go back to it. Um,
I'll take that.
Hey,
and then there's the frame rate issues where they're terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, I tweeted at him. I said, I know you guys are working on bug fixes and there's supposed to be like a patch coming, but if you're gonna patch anything first, patch that map.
Patch those
Oh,
bugs,
that
man.
map's
Dude, that map is terrible.
bro.
Dude, across the board, people like that map is the worst.
That map
Bro,
makes
did
no
you
sense. It
see-
looked like my 5-year-old drew a map and goes, "Here you go."
bro.
And then Enrique, did you notice too? Like sometimes it'll load and sometimes it won't.
Yep. Yeah. It will. Yeah. And then, but what about the frame rate drops? So like that. Let me tell you something, man.
I could almost deal with those over that
I don't know, E.
over that map.
You start
Actually,
lifting
no,
objects up and throwing them
you're
at
playing
people,
on the
man.
pro, right?
I'm playing on the pro.
Yeah, I see. I went ahead and got the Xbox copy, so I haven't really run into any major frame. No, you know where it really trips out is when you go into a pause and you come back. That game wigs out.
Yeah. No, it does.
There's like all kind of weird shit going on.
Is the map really
So,
that
yeah.
bad?
The map is not good.
Dude, that map is bad, bro.
Yeah, because I was watching I was watching Hard 8. He did a video on it and he's talking about how people complain about the map and they just don't want a game. He said Remedy wants you to game the game. They want you to play the game. They don't want to give you everything. He said people
Well, it's a
said
broken
people-
map.
he said people are getting lost in the building. I was like, okay.
It's a broke. No, the map is broken.
So the map is broken because I haven't played
Yeah.
the game yet, so I don't know. I just want so I trust you guys. If you say it's legit broke, it's broke.
Yeah.
It's legit broke.
So basically,
because like
the
there's
game
point-
isn't ready. Wasn't ready for it to come
because
out.
there's points like the map, like you go to the map and you can see where you're like the area you're supposed to be heading to, right?
Right.
And then you come out and you go back again, and all of a sudden the whole map is black. And there's the question marks of the areas that you haven't opened yet, but it's just black. There's no gray area. There's no lettering of the areas that you went to. It's just black with question marks. And you're like, what happened? Where am I going?
That's stupid.
Yeah, there's a glitch in it. There's some kind of weird glitch in it. But all of a sudden, also not just beyond the glitch, it's just laid out horribly.
I
Yeah.
heard about that. What I heard too.
Like you can't tell, like you look at a Zelda map, you can tell by how the areas are shaded out. Like I'm on the second floor, I'm on the third floor. I have to go further down to get to here.
Or this is a giant mountain.
Yeah, it just doesn't. The facility is like,
Jeez.
what part of the facility am I in? I don't need you. Yeah, like I get what Hard 8 is saying. Like I don't need you to hold my hand. Like I can kind of understand the general area, but it's like I literally can't read it. I can't read where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, he was talking about Kid Smooth Stream, how he was getting lost in the building. He's like Kid Smooth get lost in the building. I was like, oh no.
No, I mean you eventually figure it out. It's just not very.
Yeah.
It's like you know what it is. It's more of a nuisance because you have to, on top of like trying to figure out the map, then you have to figure out the story. Like you have to, like, half the story is told through videos and then reading shit.
Oh yeah, I heard the collectible shit is stupid.
Yeah, it's like you got to read the stuff. And,
I heard you're like,
Yeah.
I heard you couldn't go 5 feet without having to stop and see another collectible on the ground.
Yeah.
That's just it. I said it's overkill. Like I have no problem with collectibles. I have no problem with added lore, like finding like correspondence and things that add to the actual story that you're already kind of following. But this is like
I might have
they're
to,
everywhere, and then eventually you get to the point where you're like, I'm just tired of reading them.
I might have to give that game away next week.
Oh wow.
Why you passing on your the darkness stuff?
What?
But there's people like enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. It's just it's got weird pacing.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna try to push a little further with it,
No,
but it's gonna get put on the back burner for
No,
years.
I think I'm going to trade it in for Borderlands 3. I think it's a wrap for me. So
Oh, I got you, man. Hey, NBA 2K tomorrow. Y'all ready to spend all your money on VC?
Yes, sir.
So just give you. I was talking to. So we got a big contest in my district right now.
and you're winning.
My store finished at 97% attach on that game last year for VC. And my DM told everybody in our district, if anybody beats me, he'll give $50 to anybody that beat, like, the store manager of the store that beats me. So I'm talking to one of the store managers on the phone today because it was slow as hell, and everybody was coming in and reserving their NBA, or they were paying it off. So every time someone walk in, I would be like, if they were reserving, I'd say, hey man, what about that VC you picking up today? They look at the list, they say, yeah, let me get that $100 one. He on the phone like, they spent $100 on VC. I said, bro, you ain't heard nothing yet. And then another person came in like, bro, I already got I said, oh, you got that Legend Edition. How much more VC you need? Oh man, throw that $50 one on there. And then he said, you know what? Throw another 100 on top of that because I'm gonna do a whole squad. Dog, I got literally like 8 or 9 people to either pay off VC with their pre-order or just buy VC outright with the game when they were that they already had pre-ordered with their game. It's freaking gonna be disgusting tomorrow. I'm just letting everybody know.
Oh yeah,
VC,
man. 2K day, baby.
It's 2K day, man. All that mess that people talking about 2K and all this microtransaction stuff and how they be predatory and stuff like that. Man, leave those people alone, man. They out here making money. People want to spend the money, unfortunately. So I can't be mad at anybody. But man, be safe out there. Don't spend all your money on VC tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
See,
only a little bit of it.
2K is like an opioid, like the opioid epidemic in this country right now.
2K is dude. 2K is the one dude, one microtransaction that I feel like everybody just accepts.
You know what's crazy is that when I walked into the GameStop today to pick up these controllers, I had to wait like 5 minutes because the guy was on the phone leaving people's messages about
NBA.
Yeah,
Picking up 2K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never called me for any other pre-orders, but they were calling everyone they had pre-order for 2K.
Yeah, bro, my store's got over 300 pre-orders for 2K.
Jesus, man.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man, 2K, it's a movement, man, and
it's a movement.
It's crazy because 2 of my favorite games come out on the same day, 2K and Gears. You know what I mean? So I'm in heaven this weekend. That's all I'll be doing.
And nobody checking for Madden.
I'll be playing one of those games.
Madden gonna get traded in like crazy tomorrow.
Oh yeah, anybody playing on Madden? You see what they're doing to Madden? They turned that damn game to arcade game, man. They got DJ Khaled in there and
wow.
I don't know what the hell they're doing in Madden, but it's over with.
See, that's the problem.
I ain't never giving them my money again.
Ryan Landers said 2K is Walter White.
Yo, real talk. I think I need that D Wade cover, B.
Oh yeah, I already got the D Wade cover on deck, man.
Oh yeah,
we already did.
Yeah, we all did that, and he gonna go in there, and they're gonna be like, "Hey man, how much VC?" He gonna be like, "Man, let me get that $50 one. Know what? Let me get that $100 one because."
Hey man, I might go ahead and get the $100 one. I gotta be ready, man.
Hey,
be ready. Y'all know.
B, how much VC are you gonna? B, how much VC do you think you'll drop on this game when it's all said and done?
Oh man, I don't know, man, because they've, from what I've seen this year, man, they've turned 2K back into 2K that I love.
Yeah,
I mean they've made it way more competitive. They went back to a lot of old control that they had on the game prior to them making it super easy for people. So it's back to like truly my 2K. Like, so I'm super excited about it. The way that they have the new the My Player set up. You know what I mean? You could basically turn your player into any kind of My Player that you want. You know what I mean? It's no longer the standard archetypes like they had in the past 4 or 5 games. So I can make a stretch big, and I can have him have all the abilities of a point guard, you know what I mean? Or have all the abilities of a center, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff that they put into the game to where, like, there's some VC this year, and they've expanded some of the stuff they're doing with the my team stuff. So I'm definitely diving into that this year. So I'm probably going to spend way more VC than I've spent in the past couple of years. So I'm super excited about 2K. That's probably going to be a lot of my bread and butter for a good portion of this year and next year going into next gen. So super excited about 2K.
Yeah, that's why he's not getting that Gears of War system, man. Yeah, VC, man.
VC.
Yeah. That was my debate, man. It was like, all right, so if I get the gear system, then I probably have to get the standard edition of 2K. And I wasn't doing that because I wanted the D-Wade cover.
Yes, sir.
And like I knew I had to get VC. So I was like, damn, I can't spend like I'm just coming off vacation. I can't spend like another $1,000 on, you know what I mean, console and game and VC. Like, I just couldn't do it. So I got the controller. I'm gonna pick that up tomorrow. And I'm gonna get 2K, get some VC, man. I'm gonna have a great weekend.
Yep, he ain't got to buy Gears because Microsoft gave that to him for $1.
Yeah, they gave that to me for $1.
99 cents.
Yep. And I got the Ultimate Edition, so I'm in there like swimwear,
We
baby.
in there. Yeah, baby.
Too funny. I forgot
Look,
2K
man.
comes out
We
tomorrow.
gonna get busy on that horror mode.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna jump in there, man. We get
Oh.
busy.
Let's go.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh
we should-
yeah, you want to play? Yeah, I'll jump in there with y'all tomorrow.
Let's go.
Maybe we should do some horde mode. Maybe we can stream some horde mode tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, let's do that
I
tomorrow,
feel that
guys.
too.
Let's do some horde mode.
All right, cool.
I got to roll.
Yeah, me too.
I need to
Yeah,
bed.
let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
Thanks to everybody.
Yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by, hanging out with us tonight. Hit that like button, subscribe. Give a big shout out to Jay the Destroyer, the winner of our Gears 5 Xbox One controller giveaway. We'll see you guys next week. We may do a live stream, maybe tomorrow, of all of us playing Horde together. So let you know. I'll tweet that out if we do that tomorrow. But everyone have a great rest of the evening. We'll see you guys next week, I think. Yes, next week. We're out.
Yeah, next week. Nothing going on.
Yeah, we're out. Deuces.
Deuces.
Peace.
And we are not live.